Well, hi guys, and welcome back to my home shop here in Napanee, Indiana. I'm working on the Elco. This intro is actually made after the video. My camera was messing up on the first day, so there's a lot that kind of didn't get filmed in the beginning of it. Sorry for that, guys. I'm gonna try to do my best to catch you up and then get you into the video. But we have the Elco here, and we have swapped the rear end in it. So what I got for a rear end is kind of what really excites me. This is kind of the last big piece that I need for the Elco driveline to be absolutely bulletproof, absolutely built to last, absolutely built to rip. So what I got was from Quick Performance. They have a really good website. They also have really good people to talk to you on the phone and help you through decision making on buying a rear end. I ended up with a 9-inch Ford with a spool in the center of it for the differential and a set of 325 gears. It also is a full floater, so the hubs float on top of the axle. The axles don't go in with the flanges on them, so that's also kind of unique about it too. It is a direct bolt-in for a G-body, and by far Quick Performance has the most affordable ones. They are half the price of like anybody else, and they're really good quality. So you're not sacrificing by getting a Quick Performance. You're just being smart. So in this video we're going to go with some of the assembly of it, the painting of it, and then the removing and installing of the new rear end. I learned a lot of new things in this video. I have absolutely no clue as to what I'm doing, and I muddled my way through it just fine. I thought all these bolts were going to be stuck. They weren't. It was way simpler than I thought. It was a task that I'd been dreading, and turns out there's no reason to dread it. It's actually really simple and straightforward and easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know, yeah, it is what it is. So that's the rear end that's going to go into it. It's big and beefy. I mean, you can just see the beef in it compared to the one that's coming out of it. So yeah, some of the other things that I lost in the video was like rolling the car out of the garage and getting a little area set up so that I can start assembling it. And you know, the first thing I'm going to do is put that third member in the center of it, and then I'm going to put the floater hubs on the ends, and then I'm just going to mask it up and tape it. So that should catch up to speed. If you've ever put a rear end in a car, put it in the comments down below. And yeah, Dustin's played with plenty, so I'm sure he'll have some videos up here for you with the with other rear ends he's messed with. But yeah, yeah, this is gonna be a fun video. It's actually it's a huge progress. So this is the Elco going from a little bit sketchy to like full built. So at least as far as like the driveline goes. So this is gonna be really good. This is gonna let's take it to the next level. This is gonna really let us go. So, you know, let's get into it. I think you're gonna see some time lapse of me putting the third member in and me putting hubs on. So that's gonna be coming up. So here we go. guys, that's how it came out for day one. We got first coat of paint on it. Got the Elco back in the garage, and well, I gotta go mow the yard. So that's gonna be it for today. We'll come back out, we'll roll this thing over, we'll respray it, and yeah, then we'll be working on getting it in the car. So I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. What do you think so far? Does that look pretty good? See you tomorrow. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been a couple days, but as you can see, I got the Elco up in the air and I got the rear end out of this thing. My buddy Zach came over the other day and we were just playing around in the garage and talking. And I was like, well, I'll just throw it up on jack stands real quick. And, you know, and I got it up on jack stands. And then I kind of thought to myself, well, heck, there's really only about 10 bolts that hold this thing on. So I think I'd just hit them real quick, see which ones are stuck. And PB blast anything that's going to need to soak for a while, because I'm going to come back out later and do it. And every bolt that I hit just like broke loose instantly, and it took like 15 minutes to drop this rear end completely out of this car. Sorry I didn't bring you guys along, but it was better results than I expected. I really honestly thought that it was going to take, I honestly thought each one of those bolts was going to fight me for hours on end, and it didn't. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, now I need to get this axle off my little jack I got here, and I need to get that 9-inch on there, and we're gonna put it in together. I'll show you the putting in of the Ford 9-inch, and you can just play that in reverse, and we'll call that removing the 7.5. So yeah, let's get you guys on time lapse, and let's get moving some stuff around, and I'll get you underneath the car and I'll show you what's going on underneath there. Well guys, I'm up under here, and I'm just going to show you. You got these two guys up here, and they go to these two right here, and then you got the ones down here, they go to those guys, and then your springs go up in there, and your shocks hook up. This shouldn't be too hard to get in now that I wrestled it onto this little jack stand for me. Oh yeah, I'm doubling up on the Harbor Freight jack stands just in case this thing decides to kill me. This may be my last video. Okay. I don't think it's going to be. But, yeah, here we go. We're going to get that guy up in there and get it all connected up. Again, it's only these two bolts. These two down here. So that's 2, 4. And then the shocks make up 6. And then there's 4 on that guy. They go to that guy. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get that guy on today, because that's not the right universal joint, but I should be able to see if my drive shaft's the right length. So let me get you guys up on time lapse and let's go. Well guys, as you can see, that wasn't too bad. I did have to adjust these down to the lower hole so that I could get clearance underneath the bottom of my sway bar. Other than that, yeah, it's just it's about 10 bolts and it goes right back in. My springs are in. I can put the wheels on and put it on the ground. I do need to check this drive shaft out up here though. I need to see how close we really are. So I think I'm gonna mess with that just a little bit. And maybe touch this thing up with some spray paint for all the little nicks and dings I put on it while dragging it around, because I probably should have gotten help. Yeah, let's let's put the tires on and put it on the ground, see what it looks like. Man, guys, we got her back down on the ground. Them are some big, beefy lug nuts. Those are big 5/8 studs. And that's a 1-inch. That's a 1-inch nut on there, lug nut. We had to jack it up so we could roll it back a little bit. And that took a little bit more effort than I thought it was going to take, guys. I had to drill those holes out just a little bit on the wheels. And then I also put my axles in while I had it. And I got to measuring on the axle, and well, I wish I had just a little more axle than I got. But I'll make some phone calls and figure out what's going on with that. But other than that, it's all in there. It's all hanging out. Now we got to get it up on ramps. So I can slide under there and measure that drive shaft link at ride height. So yeah, let's get to that. Let's get that thing up, and I'll get you under the car with me, and we'll look at that drive shaft. Okay, guys, I got the drive shaft in. As you can see, the bearings were 3R bearings, so they have an internal groove and they had an internal clip. But if you pop that clip out, then they fit in a 1330. It's essentially the same size as a 1330. A 1330 is just externally captured, aka kind of like this. This is going to externally capture it. On the old Chevy 7.5, it'd be an internal capture on that clip. Pull that clip, and it's the same as a 1330 then. I got to do some more research. I'm pretty sure that I can just get the caps on and it's gonna be fine. I mean, if you look at that, I got probably only about a 1/2 inch to 5/8 of an inch worth of movement in the drive shaft. That's okay. It's a little tight, but this car's lowered, so it's not really going to go up very much more in the suspension. So it's not like it needs a ton more room to go. Yeah, I think we're going to be fine, boys. I think we're going to be able to get away with this drive shaft that we already have. And I think that all I have to do is get the caps for a 9-inch, which are going to capture on this outside. And we should be fine. I think we're going to be fine. Might have to get bearings. Not sure. I'll look into it. I'll do a little more research. But as far as I can tell really quickly, a 3R with an internal capture is the same as size and everything as a 1330. And since I'm running it in the yoke, it should be fine if I just get the right caps for a Ford 9-inch. But we'll double check that. It's not going to hurt to change those caps. Yeah, I don't have to change the whole U-joint. So if all I got to do is change these caps, that should be fine. I can do that. Other than that, the drive shaft looks like it's going to work. These are hanging a little low, so I'm going to have to address that, because if I put it on rims and it's sitting on those, then we're not moving anywhere. So we're going to have to do something there. Maybe go bigger rims. That is an option, and this is also sitting pretty low too. So I'm going to have to look at how low that guy is and how low those are hanging below the rim. And I might have to do some... might have to get some bigger rims, guys, or cut those brackets. But yeah, that's a surprise little thing right there. The drive shaft works. It has basically enough room. If you twist it just right, you can get it in and out still. So that's all you're really looking for, is you want to be able to get it in and out with the car on the ground, and then be able to slide it far enough forward to slide it back to get it engaged. Yeah, that thing's in there. So, yeah, let me do a little more research on these caps, see what I got to do to convert from a 3R to a 1330. I think I did it by just popping those rings out of there. But we'll get on the interwebs. There's people smarter than me, and we'll figure it out. Yeah. Other than that, she looks good to go, boys. I need to put oil in it still, and other than that, yeah, I think that's where we're going to end this video. So let's do an outro quick. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. It's kind of a hot, steamy day. We got the rear end in. We got the car down on its own weight. We got the tires on. We got the drive shaft in there. It looks like it's right. I'm gonna call somebody on the axles. Gonna do some Googling on that U-joint. Once we have answers to both of those, we'll throw fluids in it and connect that drive shaft for a final, and yeah, we're good to go. So that was pretty interesting. I'm stoked that it fit that easy. I think it's really neat. And oh yeah, by the way, when I'm talking like bigger wheels, I already got some sitting right over here. These are some 18-inch, came off of like a 2010 to 2015 Camaro. So maybe we'll make a short little video playing with those, putting those on the car and seeing how they fit. But yeah, wow, that's crazy. I feel really confident with how well that went together and went in the Elco. I'm absolutely stoked that it's back on its tires and the rear end is sitting on the ground that came out of it. That seemed like a big task, and it really didn't seem to be that hard. I'm stoked to try the new gear ratio. That 375 should really let me breathe a little better. And it also, with that Ford 9-inch in there, gives me a lot more confidence about going to the dyno and putting it on the dyno. So we got some really cool adventures ahead. We're gonna have to finish this up. I don't think it's gonna be very hard to finish up. And then we got a dyno adventure. We're gonna go over and see Nubs and put the Elco on the dyno and spin her up. And then also, I think we're gonna try some bigger rims here shortly. So yeah, we got some stuff to look forward to, and get back to that burnout pit. You know, we got some local competitions coming up for July 4th, but what I'm really excited about is getting back out there and, you know, spinning around and doing a skid. So that's what this rear end's about. That's what this different gear ratio is about. And, you know, that's the hopes and the dreams of getting it to where it is. So yeah, let's end the video here. Thank you guys for following. Thank you guys for, you know, hanging out. Thank you guys for coming along for the ride. You guys do keep me going. And yeah, on to bigger and better. Let's just keep on making this Elco bigger. Let's just keep making this Elco better, and let's see where it takes us. There's some fun events this summer that we can go to. So yeah, let's go, guys. Let's get excited about where we're going. We're not done. So till the next one. Thanks for watching, guys.